This conference will now be recorded.
So open the Bangalore Cafe case study. It should be working out now. I hope all of you have opened that file. In case you haven't, please make sure you keep that file ready. Right. So let's start. I'll share the screen with you. So this is the Bangalore Cafe. Please let me open the Word file. Yes. So also keep your Word file also open because that's the main thing by which we can design the chart. So if we go to the case here, as I've discussed with you yesterday evening while ending the session, yeah, here Sumit, a person, he wants to set up a chain of cafes in Bangalore. And as I've told you, right, yesterday, Bangalore is full of cafes, food carts, a lot of cafes have come up in Bangalore. So Sumit has identified the location. So he first of all, Sumit wants to set up a chain of cafes in Bangalore, and these cafes he has already decided where to set up. Okay, the locations has already been defined, and the products that he wants to sell in his cafe. So if he is going to open that cafe, so the products what he wants to sell in the cafe, okay, all that has been said by him. He wants to sell the below mentioned items. What all items he wants to sell in the cafe? It's tea, Maggie, shakes, samosa, puffs. So to operate this cafe, it needs to have around 450 square feet space for a retail shop with a lease rental of 150 per square feet per month. So to run this cafe, Sumit needs to have 450 square feet space. Okay, and with a lease rental of 150 per square feet per month. Okay, so the rental contract is for 5 years. Okay, and for that, a deposit of 10 lakh has to be made. Okay, a deposit of 10 lakh has to be made at the start. And as you know, once we are having a cafe, restaurants, the next best partners are online and online aggregators like Swiggy and Zomato, Magic Pen, Swiggy, Zomato, all these. So these are called as online aggregators and they account for 40% of the total sales. Okay? And they charge a commission of 30% on the total sales. So a one-time renovation of the premises worth 15,000 will need to be incurred at the start, and salary inflation in the economy is 7%, where food expenses are expected to be 35% of the contribution generated for the tax rate in the economy is 35%. So tax losses cannot be carried forward And the initial investment required to start up this cafe is 15 lakhs plus 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs is for the lease amount and 15 lakhs is for the one time renovation. Okay, the remaining should be funded by using equity. So out of 25 lakhs required, okay, 20% is being sanctioned by means of bank loan, remaining 80% should be funded by equity. And the debt is to be repaid at the end of 5 years in lump sum. So it's almost similar to your pharmacy case. So step by step, we're going to solve it off and evaluate the business opportunity with a projected life of 5 years. And after 5 years, the cafe will be sold to big brand, and the deposit will be refunded to Sumit. Okay, should Sumit invest in this project? So ultimately, we are going to calculate the IRR. And if you result at higher IRR, obviously this project can be spun off without any hurdles in between. So this is one breakup of the product. So average, coming to the appendix, average daily sales expected for the first month, okay, which is to be expected to grow at 1% mom. What does mom stands for? Mom, not mother. In this case, it is month on month basis. Every month, MOM stands for month on month basis. Every month, there is an increase of 1% in the daily sales. So, totally for the entire year, it is 12% increase. Like that. I'll repeat it again. Every month, there is an increase in sales by 1%. And for the entire year, it is 12%. Okay, 12 months, right? So, it is 12%. So now every month, what is the sales that will be made? Daily sales expected for the first month. 300, samosa 50, Maggie 50, puffs 30, shakes is 20. So this is the daily sales which is to be done for the first month. Post that it will be increasing 1%. Okay, and personal cost per month. Staff. That cafe requires a manager, and for him per month the salary paid is 20,000 rupees, and three cooking staff per month for each it will be 15,000, not for all the three. For one cooking staff the salary is 15. For three it will be 15,000 into three, which is 45,000. One cleaner 12,000, and others 18,000. Okay, so let's start now. Open your Excel file. Right. Now here, so here we are going to start from 2019 to 24. We are going to update. Okay. Now, in the initial year, I can say year zero is 2019. I repeat again, year zero will be considered as 2019. So you're going to put the actual quantity there. Okay. Okay, fine. So coming back to the case study, now in the initial stage, this is the quantity which is to be sold. And let me, yeah, here. Okay, so tea, how much? Samosa, Maggie, puffs, and shakes. Fine. So per day, sorry, per month, how many units are being sold? That we are going to put up. Then we are going to come to the annual sales. Okay. So let's go for the month on month basis here. Tea 100 units. So just going to put up as 100. What's there the table? Put that directly. Samosa 50, Maggie 50, puffs 30, and shakes 20. See, I'm again repeating 2019 is a zero year with which we are going to plan out everything what has to be done. So you cannot put any increase here in the sense I've given the word file that every month average daily sales expected for the first month. This is for the first month. Post which is to be expected to grow at 1% month on month basis. So every year we have an increase of 12%. Okay, but except for the 2020, I'll tell you the reason. So average daily sales expected for the first month, post which it is expected to grow at 1%. So what happens for year 0, which is 2019? This is the initial stock item update which we are supposed to put. That's all. Here there is no because moment we start we cannot grow. It will take time year by year. So what happens is in the 0 year, which is 2019, first we're going to put up all these stock items. And coming 2020, which means from the second year onwards, there is an increase of 1% month on month basis I have given. Now, only for 2020, we have to consider it as 11%. Why? Because in 2019 itself, okay, 1 month would have already been included, your last month. From 2021, it is proper 12% increase, 12 months increase. But here, since it is year 0, in this year 0 itself, we have 1 month of 2020 included in this year, which is still in the raw period or the 0 period. So henceforth, only for 2020, we'll take up as 11%. For all the rest of the years, it is 12% equals to 100 into 1 plus 11%. So your answer should come to 111. This see what happens is if you bring on to that it comes to 11%. But here as I've told you it should come to 12% increase. So if you drag here you will get the wrong answer because it is only hold 11%. So here you have to consider it as 12%. Okay. So from 2021 onwards equals to. So what happened here? 100 into 1 plus 12%. So from here, is it right to consider the increase in 12%? Or from here, we have to consider there is an increase of 12% every year. 100 is a 0 period quantity updation what we have done. And every year there is an increase of 12% increase. Now here 2020 from 100 to 111 it has been increased. So now if you take for 2021 calculation of the quantity, should we consider the 0 years or should we consider the 2020 year? So you have to consider as 2020 year. Yes, because from here again from here to this. Okay. And of course, sum was also same thing, 11% increase. 56. And here again it is 12%. Okay. Again, for the puffs, the same thing. Like this. So please complete the calculation with regard to the quantity on a month to basis. So in case if you have done, let me know. Then we'll head on to the next portion. Have all of you done? You're still working on that. In case if you're working, complete it. If you're finished, it's fine. I saw only two hands. Three. What about the others? So let's proceed to the next step. Yes. So now we put up the price. Price again the same thing. How we've done for the quantity, no, the same thing. But here, there's one small change. Aberration is now price. Come to the zero here. Now what is the price now? Here, quantity is being given. Price we have in the case itself. So T is priced at rupees 20. So put 20 here. Next, samosa. Samosa is priced at rupees 30. Next is Maggie. 60 is Maggie. Puffs. Shakes. So shakes it is 150.
Ma'am, puff it is 80, ma'am.
What ma?
For puffs it is 80.
Puffs it is 80. So once again, tea is 20. Maggie it is 60. Yeah, correct. Samosa it is 30. Puffs 80. Yeah, correct. Puffs is 80. And shake should be 150, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. So zero here you have updated and there is no increase in the price. The price remains the same. Again, I'll go back to the case study here. It only says that daily sales expected for the first month, post which it is expected to grow at 1% month on month. So quantity there is an increase every month, but not the price. Price remains the same. Okay. And please don't get confused with this. Food expenses are expected to be 35% of the sales. This food expenses, I'm talking about the cost price per unit. That remains the same actually. So you can drag it for all the years. Yes. Please complete the price details and then we'll go on to the annual sales. Okay? So please make sure you complete this. So how do you compute the annual sales here? Equals to number of units sold. So first unit is what? Okay? Now here, what you're going to do is, so coming to this, which is from 2020, you're going to upload this. So start from here. Equals to total units sold of what? 3 cups into, yeah, okay. Press enter. Right. So one second. Equals to T into, you can take this one as reference. T into quantity sold into, it is annual. Okay, so like this, we are going to get the amount. So what I've taken here, the total quantity sold, this is on a month to month basis. Again, the price of tea is 20. So here you have to compute the annual sales. This is actually here we have done price per tea, total number of cups sold, which is these many cups. Okay, and you have to do it for the entire year. So like this you want to get. But is this the right value? Which has to be checked. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's confirm that is this the right value or no. One second. Let me share one more file with you. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Right. So how you had done the calculation? Now, this was what? C4 is to C11 into 12 we had done. But here, the answer is correct. It's not wrong. But thing is, why I asked you was, is there any corrections to be made? Or what answer I have arrived at is the right answer? Yes, at least one could give me the answer. Now we have got 26,640 as the annual sales made for the cup of teas sold in 2020. So what answer I have arrived at? Is it right? Or some corrections are to be made here? None of you? Yes? None of you wants to reply? 26,640 have got as a solution as annual sales of tea made. Is the answer right or some corrections are to be made here as per you? None of you want, none of you are having the answers. Fine. Now 26,640 what you arrived at the annual sales, it's right. But we have taken on a 12 months basis. Now in this case study, Bangalore Cafe case study, going back to your Word file, what happens is if you scroll down and see, it is a daily sales. So per day, how many units are being sold? That is being listed out here. So we cannot take on a 12 months basis directly. As usual, if monthly sales were given into 12, correct. But since here it is given as daily sales, so what you're supposed to do is the calculation is correct, but this should be into 365 because it is on a daily basis calculated. So your answer should be 8,10,300. I hope you got the answer. Okay, and now you can drag. Same thing with samosa equals to samosa price is 56 per samosa into sorry, the price is how many samosas price? It is 30 into 360. Same thing with Maggie, puffs and shakes. Maggie, puffs, puffs. So here equals to puffs is 33 into puffs is 80 rice. So it is into 365 into 365, which comes up to 9,70,360 equals to same thing. Shakes 2020 into 150 into 365. Fine. So now you can draw. And now you can drag. Next, last one, shakes. Okay. So please calculate the annual sales. So please calculate the annual sales, all of you. So please finish up the calculations here. With regard to the annual sales of each product calculation, please complete it off. So have you finished? Now we calculate the annual sales by using the sum function. So here equals to sum from here to, so you should be able to get this much. Yes. So please complete the calculations till here. So first finish up the calculations to annual sales, and then we will start with the aggregators and retail sales. Yes, are you done, all of you? So till now, everything has been sorted out? Yes, because time was given so that you can arrive at the answers. Uh, Fine. So now I proceed with the next half. Right. See now, total annual sales we have got. Now here we are coming now to the part B. Of course, some part A is pending of annual sales, the share of online aggregators and the retail sales. Now going back to the case study here. Now it says, see here, online aggregators account for 40% of the total sales. These online aggregators comprise of Swiggy and Zomato. So here, what is the portion of the online aggregators? They account for 40% of the annual sales. So online aggregators means what? We book. It's all online, right? We book through Swiggy and Zomato. We get our food delivered. That is online sales. What is being made? What is retail sales? Whatever is being sold at the cafe. So whatever sales has been made at the cafe, it is retail sales. Whatever items have been sold through or Swiggy and Zomato, they are all online. So this we have to divide and we have to put up. So this is the 100% of the annual sales is what we've got here. In that we are going to divide it now. And commission part we're going to put up here because commission is an expense for the company. Okay. Okay. So here now 40% of the annual sales. So 40% equals to total annual sales into 40%. Okay. So this is the way we are going to calculate the online aggregators. Okay. Retail sales is remaining 60% equals to annual sales into 60%. Okay. This is the way we are supposed to get. This accounts for 40% of the annual sales. This accounts for 60% of the annual sales. So net making to 100% sales. This, if you wish to, you can convert it. Otherwise, you can just leave it as it is. No, no harm. Now, coming to the part B now, rental expenses. How we solved for the first half? No, that is your pharmacy case. In the same way, for this also we're going to do rent. Rental contract is for 5 years and 450 square feet is required with 150 per square feet per month. So 450 square feet is required equals to 450 and per square feet, what is the value? It is 150 rupees. Okay. And this is per month is being given. So into 12. This is the total. I'll just double click and show you. 450 square feet is required totally to start up a cafe and per square feet, so for per square feet is priced at 150 rupees for the entire year 12 months. So press enter, you want to get the same way. So there's no increase in the value of rent, nothing as of now. The rent remains constant. Next you have is the salaries. Okay. What does the salary say? Salary here we have in the second para. Salary inflation in the economy is 7%. So per year there is an increase of 7%. But salary calculation you have to be really careful. So here we have what is the total staff required? Now this you have to calculate first. Here this is being given the sheet for you here itself. Ease your case. See. Manager, we have one manager who's getting a salary of 20,000. Cooking staff 3 per staff 15,000. So totally it comes up to 45,000. Then cleaning staff 1 12,000, others 18,000. Okay. So totally it is 95,000. 45 plus 20 65 77. Yes. It comes up to 95,000. So this 95,000 into this is per month he has to pay out. So it will be into 12. How do we get 95,000? 15 into 3 is 45. So I get for you, see can you make out right? This into this. By using the sum product, we have got 95,000. So it will be equals to 95,000 into 12. So it comes up to 11 lakh 40,000. Okay, and every year there's an increase of 7% equals to this into. Yes. Okay. And next we go for the commission. Commission is what? Coming back to the case. Commission accounts for 30% on the total sales equals to. So now what happened? What answer I got here? Am I right? I say 30% of the total sales. 30% of the total sales is the commission for the online aggregators. So is my calculation right? On the total sales, 30% will account for commission. Yes? Yes, ma'am. Why Neha? No? It was 30% on total sales, right? Why no? Because it should not be a copy paste session actually. Because if you are very well involved, it will be very interesting. Very good. 30% of the total online sales is the commission. Super, Neha. Very good. Very good. Okay, so now what you're supposed to do is here we cannot take these sales because this sales will comprise both online and the offline sales. Now, on the online sales made, we have to calculate 30% commission. We cannot do on this because this is a mix of offline and online. I think what your online sales and your retail sales. So, what you're supposed to do here is instead of taking the total sales, you're supposed to take these sales. And this is what is the amount you're supposed to arrive at. Okay? And now coming to the interest expense, your loan calculation. See, total amount required to start up a cafe is how much? 10 lakhs initial deposit plus 15 lakhs renovation cost. So 25 lakhs. Out of 25 lakhs, how much is being sanctioned by the bank? 20%. So 25 lakh into 20% is how much? That we are supposed to know into 12% interest rate. So it should just 25 lakh into 20% equals to 25 lakh into 20% into what is the interest rate? Interest rate is 12%. It is 60,000. I'll repeat it again. 25 lakh is the net amount required to start up a cafe. 10 lakhs is the deposit. 15 lakhs is the renovation cost. So total amounts to 25 lakhs. So out of 25 lakhs, only 20% is sanctioned by the bank to give loan. And for this loan amount, the interest rate is 12%. So you press enter, you get 60,000. Okay. And food expenses. See, for food here it is there. Food expenses are expected to be 35% of sales. So 35% of sales becomes your food expenses. Yes. And now you can insert a row part because after this PBT is there, you find a difficulty. First, you calculate the sum of all these expenses, then you arrive at the PBT because PBT is what? Your sales minus expenses. So, what you can do is click on 34th row, click on 34th row, okay, right click, go to insert, and here you can insert a row, okay. So, here you can give us total expenses.
Ma'am, for food cost, it is C24 into 20%.
What pa? Food cost is C24 to 35% pa.
Okay, ma'am.
35% is the food expenses. 20% is your bank loan.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay pa. See, I've shown you here. See this. You can just look up here. Just double click on this side. You can just see it. So now calculate the total expenses equals to sum from rent till food expenses. Yes. I'll just change the color of the same. Total, and now I arrive at the PBT equals to minus sales minus total expenses. Sales minus expenses will give you a PBT. So you do your calculations till here, then I'll do the tax part. I hope all of you have done. Okay. Yes, yes, Christina. Can you show the salaries calculation, please? Yes, Christina, I'll show you one second. You can just see here. See, for salaries is easy, ma. 95,000 into 12. 95,000, how you have got is, see, pa, here, you go to your Word document. Excel only, there only, in the sheet only it's there. But anyway, see. Now, total staff required is this one to start up the cafe, correct? Okay, now here only I'll put the calculator. See, just look at the calculation here. Okay, now here, see. Per month salary is being given. So, okay, all this should be multiplied into 12. First, we have the individual per month calculation we'll do for the entire staff, then into 12 at one stretch we can do. Now, one manager, 20,000 salary is being paid. Correct. Plus, three cooking staffs are required. So one staff will get 15,000 salary. Three people, so it will be 15,000 into three, which is 45,000. So 45,000 is the amount. Oh, one second, has been wrongly calculated here. 20,000. See, 15,000 into three. I'll come like that only. Wait. Into three. Correct. Now 45. 45 plus manager salary 20 plus one cleaner is required, 12,000 his salary is, plus 18,000 others, plus 18,000. Total it is 95,000. So since it is per month, okay, we have to make it annual, right? So it is into 12. Got it? 11 lakh 40,000. That is only is being put up here. And every year there's an increase of 7%, right? So this into 1 plus 7%. It's clear, Christina? PBT I'll show you. Christina, is it clear? Your salaries calculation? One by one, I'll just sort out the doubts. Fine. Yes, that's me. Can you show the? I'll show the PBT. I'll arrive at the PBT now. Pooja, can you show the interest expense once? Interest expense, see, Pooja here. Now, the total amount, now 10 lakhs is the initial deposit required for that contract, rental contract, 10 lakhs is required. Correct. Plus 15 lakhs is required for what? For renovation of the premises. So totally how much is required? 25 lakhs is required. In this 25 lakhs, how much is sanctioned by the bank? 20% of 25 lakhs is being sanctioned. It's not minus I'm showing. 25 out of 25 lakhs, 20% is sanctioned by the bank. Okay. By bank for loan. So, which means, see, 25 lakhs into 20%, which means 5 lakhs, up to 5 lakhs, the bank will give you a loan. Now, for this 5 lakh sanctioned, what is the interest rate? It is 12% interest rate. So, it is into 12% interest, which is 60,000 rupees. So, that only we have posted here in your Excel sheet. Hope it's clear, Pooja. Fine. Now, yes, that's me as I'm coming to you on the PBT calculation. Yes, so let's start off PBT here. PBT is what, Ma? Tasmia? It is total sales. PBT, Tasmia, it is total annual sales minus your total expenses. Total annual sales minus your total expenses is your PBT, profit before tax. In the sense, see, 48 lakh 21,285 minus 42 lakh 76,004 rupees. So it will come up to 5 lakh 45,281 rupees. That's how your PBT is calculated. Is that clear, Tasmia? PBT is annual sales minus your operating expenses. Whatever you have done so far, rental, salary, and everything, it's a sum of that. Okay, done. So let's go for the PAT now. First, let's calculate the tax. So, tax amount is what? See, but tax rate generated for the period is 35%. 35% is the tax. So, PBT into 35%. This is your tax amount 1,90,848. Okay, and PAT we arrive at equals to 5,45,000 minus tax, PAT, profit after tax. So you're going to subtract your PBT from tax to arrive at the PAT. So quickly do the calculation and then we'll start with the cash flows and calculation of the IRR and where we can end the case study of Bangalore Cafe. And I request all the students, please do revise whatever has been done so far because just by viewing the videos, of course, if you're working along with me, it's fantastic. Otherwise, just by looking at the videos will not fetch your thing in FM until and unless you practically do it. And in case if you're doing it superb, please make sure revise whatever has been done so far because it will be useful for you to learn further case studies in a easier way, in a better way. Otherwise, what happens, it will be very raw in your mind. One time if not only even though if I'm in your position, one time I'm doing means nothing will stand in my mind. So that's why at least try to work out again and then you'll have a clear picture of your FM once you revise all your concepts. Okay, so hope it's clear for all the students what I'm telling. So once you arrive at the PAT calculation, okay, down we'll go for the cash flows now. Okay. Now, as I've told you, what is the initial investment required for us? 25 lakhs is required. Okay, so which means in the 0 year it will be minus, so from my side, 25 lakhs is moving out for the business. So it is minus 25 lakhs. Minus 25 lakhs. Minus 25 lakhs. Okay. Now, after this, what is the debt raised? Okay, now 25 lakhs is the initial investment, correct? Now, out of 25 lakhs, 5 lakhs has been sanctioned by the bank for loan, correct? So 5 lakh is coming to me. Remember last pharmacy case also told the same thing. In the 0 year, I'm getting 5 lakhs. By the year end, it will be minus because I have completed repaying my loan. Okay. So 5 lakhs I've got in the 0 year. So by 2024, it will be minus 5 lakhs. Okay. Next. Now, by year end, which is 2024, what is the deposit amount I'm receiving in the form of a refund? Now, the 0 year 2019, I would have paid 10 lakhs rupees deposit, which is already in this 25 lakhs. Out of this 25 lakhs, 10 lakhs is counted as the deposit for that rental contract. That I am receiving by year end 2024. So, it will be a plus for me. It is an inflow of cash. Okay. And now you're going to copy paste your PATs. Copy paste is use the cell reference here. Put your PATs here. Okay. Just put your PATs here. And now, how you did for the last problem, the same way. Equals to sum. Sum up all the four cells. 25 lakh, 5 lakh, and these two empty cells. No issues. And now just drag it all the years. That's it. And now you're going to arrive at the IRR equals to IRR, internal rate of return. And now start from the 0 year to 2024. So you get 21% as your IRR. So we can start up this cafe. Okay. Possibilities are there. So please calculate the IRR, all of you. In case if you have hanged up, I'm also getting the same. What ma? I'm also not getting the same answer for that. I didn't get your point, Christina. What happened? Where Sinchana, can you show the formula in E31, Christina? What is the thing? Can you show the formula in E31s? What formula? By 30. Salaries, yeah. Salaries is very easy, pass. You have shown here, you see, salaries. Salary, there is no formula, Christina. There is no formula for salaries. Yes, it is 95,000 into 12. That's all I've done for salaries. And after this, 95,000 into 12 is this correct into 1 plus 7% because every year we have an increase of 7% as salaries here. This is what I've shown there. That's all. How we have done the previous case in the same way, this also works. So what happens, first year you have got 1,14,000 rupees salary. 1,14,000 into 7%. How much it is? Correct. So this year we are putting up here. Where for the second year. So it will be this much. 11 lakh 40,000 first year, second lakh 12 lakh 19,800. Hope it's clear, Christina. Third is same thing, just drag it. 2020 you calculate, 95,000 into 12 you do, Christina. 2020 you calculate 95,000 into 3. Okay. 21, 1 plus 7% you calculate again. From 21 once you calculate, drag it till 24. You calculate for 2 years here. 2020 you do, 2021 you do. After you do for 2021, because 2020 you make the basic calculation for the salaries, which is 95,000 into 12 months, correct? That is mandate for you. And from 2021 onwards, there is an increase in salary of 7%. So which is you have to do it. You cannot drag from 2020 because moment you start, they cannot expect to increase the salary. Correct, practical, logical. So what happens is 2021 there's an increase in salary because 1 year has crossed now from 2020 to 2021. And from 2021, once you calculate 2021 with an increase of 7%, you drag it to 2024, so it will come with the increment. See here only you can see the increase in graph of salaries. You got it? Very good. Yes, tax calculation. Christina, this is all. Who else was there? Sinchana. Yes, in the year 22, the salary should be multiplied by 12. No, ma, it's only for the first year, Sinchana. As I've told for Christina, 2020 you do 95,000 into 12. 2021 plus 7% increase. And for the rest of the years, just drag it. You're not going to again calculate because it's already into 12. Okay, fine. Nandini? Yes, can you show tax calculation for 22? Tax is the same, Baba. See here. Tax I've already calculated for the first year. I'm not sat and calculated for all the years. You know right how I do it. Equals to PBT. Okay, equals to PBT into 35%. 35% is your tax amount, right? Tax percentage. See it. Equals to this into 35% is your tax actually. That's it. And this you're going to drag it for the rest of the years. So where I've done the calculation for every year, I've not done it. I've just dragged it. Hope it's clear. Nandini? Nandini, is it clear for you?
Total
Fine.
cash flow 30,000
What
after
ma?
minus. Total cash flow 30 lakh after subtracting 25 lakh and 5 lakh. Don't know why.
Huh. After subtracting 25 lakh from 5 lakh,
Yes, 30 lakh.
one second. Yes, but tell me. Now here, minus 25 lakh plus 5 lakhs. It will be minus 20 lakhs. This how you got is what you're asking me, is it?
Ma'am, I did the same thing. I subtracted both of them, but I got 30 lakhs.
30 lakhs no pa. You have to put here minus ma. Initial investment you type 25 lakhs no pa. Put a minus sign here.
Mom,
Minus
I
sign
put
is
minus.
huh?
I put minus, ma'am.
You put minus and here it will be plus your debt raised for the 0 year. So minus 25 plus 5 is how much? Minus 20 only.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. So please finish off the IRR calculation. Have all of you got the IRR? Anyone who has not got the IRR calculation? So any other doubts? So as I've told you, please go ahead, do your revision once or twice, these two case studies at least, and all the initial things sorted out because it is then you have a better clarity of your effect. One time doing, one time working out will not fetch you anything. Okay, so make sure at least revise once before you have done.
Ma'am, I had one last.
Yeah, Shruti. Huh.
Ma'am, for debt raised or
Debt raised.
repaid
Debt raised or repaid, it is plus 5 lakhs for the 0 year.
for the 24.
24, it is minus 5 lakhs.
I'm going to
See, Pa, I'll explain in simple words, Shruti. 2019, I'm receiving a loan from bank. So, which means I'm getting some amount from the bank. There's a plus for me, 5 lakhs. There's an inflow of cash. You know the concepts of CFS, right? Cash flow statement. There's a cash inflow in my 0 year, 5 lakhs. By 2024, I have to repay my loan. So, which becomes it's minus outflow. So what happens?
Okay.
Initial year plus, last year minus. That's all. So it'll be zero by the end of the fifth year.
Okay.
Okay, then. Any other doubts? So just calculate the IRR in case if you're doing it, work out. Otherwise, in case still you have doubts, I will sort out in the next class. Fine. So until that, keep on working. So tomorrow we'll bring up with some new concepts, which will be again interesting to work out. Fine. So goodbye. See you tomorrow.